So the last transformation that we are going to do is dilations. So what a dilation is the enlargement or reduction of a figure. Okay, I'm sure you've heard of when someone's eyes get dilated at the eye doctor. Your pupils get bigger, so they are enlarging your pupil. So what you have when you have a dilation is a scale factor. It indicates how much the figure will enlarge or reduce. So the variable for the scale factor, or the letter, is represented by K. So when K is greater than 1, the dilation is an enlargement. It's going to make the figure bigger. And when K is less than 1, the dilation is a reduction. It's going to make this figure smaller. Pretty common sense. So let's look at a few examples then. So it says graph and label each figure and its image under the given dilation. So it tells me that I have a triangle RST with the vertices -5, 1, -3, 4, and 2, -1. Let's go ahead and plot those points first thing. So for R, I'm going to the left 5, and I'm going to go up 1. I'm going to label that R. Okay. For S, I'm going to go to the left 3, and I'm going to go up 4. I'm going to label that S. And then for T, I'm going to go to the right 2 and down 1. Label it T. Okay. Then, just to the best of my ability, I am going to connect those points. You can use a ruler if you need to or want to. My lines aren't perfect, but they'll work. Okay, and then it tells me my scale factor here. It says K equals 2. So what that means is I'm going to take all of these values and I'm going to multiply them by 2. So if I started with -5, 1, I'm going to take that -5 and I'm going to multiply it by 2. That's the new value for my new R x coordinate. So -5 times 2 is -10. 1 times 2 is 2. Same thing with S. -3 times 2 is -6. 4 times 2 is 8. And then my last coordinate, 2 times 2 is 4. -1 times 2 is -2. And then these are the points that I'm going to plot for my R translated, my S translated, and my T translated. So I'm going to go to the left 10 and up 2. That is my new R. R with that little apostrophe by it. So for S, I'm going to go to the left 6 and up 8. And for T, I'm going to go to the right 4 and down 2. That's my new T. And then I'm going to connect those points. Probably would be easier with a ruler, but that's okay. Mine's not perfect. Something along the lines like that. Okay, I'm going to kind of skip around. I'm going to look at number 3 next. I'm going to see what happens when I have a scale factor that's a fraction, okay? So on number 3, I'm going to go ahead and take these values and go ahead and plot them. I'm going to plot J, K, L, and M. So for J, I'm going to the left 10 up 2. For K, I'm going to the left 2 and up 8. For L, I'm going to the right 6 and up 2. And M, I'm going to the left 2 and down 4. Okay, this is a rhombus. So go ahead and connect your points. Okay. So now my scale factor is 1/2. Because my scale factor is less than 1, that means my figure is going to get smaller. And what I'm going to do, you can take those values and you can multiply them by 1/2, and that's fine. But multiplying by 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2. So that's what I'm going to do on all of these factors. All of these coordinates. I'm going to divide by 2. So -10 divided by 2 is -5. 2 divided by 2 is 1. -2 divided by 2 is -1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. -2 divided by 2 is -1. And -4 divided by 2 is -2. So go ahead and plot those. So you're going to the left 5 and up 1. And that's my new J. I'm going to go to the left 1 and up 4 for my new K. I'm going to go to the right 3 and up 1 for my new L. To the left 1 and down 2 for my new M. Label to the best of your ability there, and then go ahead and connect. Okay, so there's my transformation. Got smaller, got twice as small. Okay, let's look at the back page. Okay, so let's look at number 5. Let's go ahead and plot these points. So I have a square. I'm going to start with 0, 0, which the origin is right here at D. Going to the right 2 and up 4 for E. I'm going to go to the right 6 and up 2 for F. And then I'm going to go to the right 4 and down 2 for G. And connect. This is a square. It should be a square. If you don't get the figure that it tells you that it is, you need to check and make sure that you graphed it correctly. So now, with a scale factor like this, 5/2, it's going to get bigger because this fraction is greater than 1. But what I would do, personally, is I would just take what this means right here, this 5/2. There's 2 ways of doing it. Yes, of course, you can plug it into your calculator, take those numbers, and multiply it by 5/2. That would work. Or you can, in your head, take these numbers, multiply by 5, and then divide that number by 2. Now with 0, 0, no matter what you multiply it by, it's going to stay the same. So this stays as 0, 0. But now with these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply them by 5 first, and then divide by 2. So 2 times 5 is 10, divided by 2 is 5. Okay, same with this. 5 times 4 is 20, divided by 2 is 10. Okay, I'm going to take this, I'm going to multiply it by 5. 6 times 5 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. Okay, I already figured out a 2 value, that was this value, so I'm going to put 5. Okay, I already figured out 4, that was the y coordinate of E, that's going to be 10. I already figured out 2, but a -2 would be -5 after you multiply. So then plot those points. D actually didn't move, so that point is D, and it's the D with the apostrophe. E, you're going over 5, and then you're going to go up 10. Okay, that's my new E. For F, you're going to go to the right 15, and you're going to go up 5. That's your new F. And then for G, you're going to go to the right 10, and down 5. Okay, that's your new G. And then connect your points. And there you have it. Okay, we're going to do a couple more problems together. Let's look at number 7. It already has this figure graphed for you. It says graph the image of a parallelogram below using a scale factor of 2. So before we can get to the new points, we need the original points. So I'm going to list them out. I need the original point M, N, O, and P. I need those original points, okay? So let's just look at the graph for that. M is going to be -1, and then it went up 2, 3. So -1, 3. N went to the right 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4. O went to the left 2 and down 1. And P went to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 2. Now I'm going to take all of these values and I'm going to multiply them by 2, and then I'm going to plot them. So multiply these all values by 2. So I'm going to have -2, 6, 2, 8, -4, -2, -8, -4. These are the values I need to plot. Make sure I did all of that right. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot these. My new M, I'm going to go to the left 2, and I'm going to go up 6. Okay, that's my new M. For my new N, I'm going to the right 2 and up 8. My new O, I'm going to the left 4 and down 2. That's where the old P was. And for the new P, you're going to the left 8 and down 4. And that is the new P. Okay, so connect those points. And draw those lines. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, let's try number 10. So on number 10, we need to write down the original points again. A, B, and C. So A, we're going to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. And up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B, we're going to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for C, didn't go to the left or right any, so that's 0. But we are going down 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what I need to do with these values is I need to take them, I need to first multiply them by 3 and then divide them by 4. So if I take -4 times 3 and then divide that by 4, I'm going to get -3. So -4 times 3 is -12, divided by 4 is -3. So I'm going to do the same with 8. 8 times 3 is 24, divided by 4 is 6. Okay, I already know that this -4 turned to a -3, so this +4 will turn to a +3. Same over here. this will turn to a -3. No matter what you multiply by 0, it's going to be 0. And then this point, 6 times 3 is 18, divided by 4 is going to be 4.5. Okay, you can type those values into your calculator if you need to. So my new A, I'm going to go to the left 3, and then I'm going to go up 6. That's my new A. My new B, I'm going to the right 3, and then I'm going to go up 4.5 spaces. So go up 4, and then go up half a space more. Just try to draw it as best as you can. And then for C, it actually goes down 1, 2, 3. And then go ahead and connect. So it did get smaller, just didn't get a whole lot smaller. Okay, one more. We're going to identify the scale factor for the image below. So it gives me the new image versus the old image. So what I want to do is I want to start by looking at one of the original points. Okay, just pick whatever original point you want. It really doesn't matter which one. I'm going to pick E. And I'm going to write down the original point for E. So the original point for E, I'm going over to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I didn't go up any, so that's 0. Now I'm going to compare that to the new E. The new E went over 2 to the right, and it didn't go up any. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what happened. Now I know that this image got smaller. If you look, the original image is much bigger than the new image. So that means it's got to be a fraction, okay? So these numbers, it got smaller. But how much smaller did it get? So if you took 2, what number would you have to multiply it by to get to 6? You'd have to multiply by 3. So since it got smaller, it got 1/3 of its size. So what we did was we divided 6 by 3 to get 2. So the scale factor is 1/3. So for number 12, it's going to be a whole number. It's going to be bigger than 1 because this image gets bigger. So I'm going to let you figure that out. So what I want you to do is pick a few problems, finish these notes up, and then I want you to move on and try homework 5. So make sure you finish your notes up.